Welcome back to the Real Talks with Rohit Jaichand, where real voices share real insights and create real impact. Today's episode is a special one on 31st of August 2025, March for Australia, or we can call it anti-immigration marches that took place across Australia in major cities. They have sparked the headlines, division and fear. In this episode, we'll cut through the noise and look at the truth. What migrants really bring to Australia, why scapegoating them is dangerous. On Sunday, we have saw thousands of people take to the streets across Australia in what organisers have called that March for Australia. The rallies were framed as anti-immigration protest. But what stood out was the anger, division and extremist messaging that made headlines. Today I want to take a look what they mean for our society and remind ourselves what immigration actually contribute to Australia. We saw signs and chant blaming migrants for everything from houses shortage to cost of living. We saw extremist groups openly talking about protecting so-called white heritage.
An open mic session, and that's when the White Australia group seized control.
This land was built by white Australians. Yeah! Ethnics have formed enclaves, and now we can't even go there in our own lands.
It was a hate speech and wasn't winning over the majority.
Send them back. No debate, no discussion. We want to send them back to their lands.
When he finished, police ushered the group away.
But while some tried to push division, Australia's leaders from across the spectrum were clear in their response. Anthony Albanese's government commended thousands of anti-immigration rallies across Australia.
What we have here is neo-Nazis being given a platform. That's what we saw on the weekend, and the tone, of course, of much of the rallies was unfortunate is the best way that you could put it, but hateful in some of the extreme examples. And the idea that an open neo-Nazi was able to give a speech from the steps of the Victorian Parliament is something that isn't the Australian way.
Even take a look at the joint statement from Tony Burke and Anna Ali, Minister for Home Affairs. They clearly mentioned there is no place for any type of hate in Australia. People who sought to divide and undermine our society are not welcome. And
it's very clear from the conduct that was observed at these marches that these marches were a con by the far-right neo-Nazis.
Even a minister of Labour Party, Evan Mulholland, says these migrants don't just fill the jobs, they start businesses, pay taxes. I'll share these links in video description. Feel free to check them out. Police and researchers have also warned that extremist groups are exploiting these events to recruit and spread hate. Meanwhile, the fact hasn't changed. Treasury data shows the average skilled migrant contribute $127,000 more in taxes than they use in services. International student is worth $51 billion every year, bigger than a coal or gold. 1 in 3 small businesses, migrant own them, creating jobs for us, while these people are going on the road and talking about sending them back home. And in health, record number of overseas doctors and nurses are keeping our hospitals open. So while marchers are trying to divide us, immigrants were, as always, helping keep Australia running and growing. So we should really think, who is helping Australia? These marchers or the immigrants? Sunday's march showed us how frustration can be misdirected, but they also gave us a chance to restate the truth. Migrants are not the problem. The real issue here is housing, wages, infrastructure, not the migrants. Australia has always been strong when we move forward together, not when we march apart. So before I end today's special episode, I would like to ask a few questions to supporters of this anti-immigration march. First question, if you believe immigration should be stopped or reduced, how do you think Australia will keep its healthcare system running when so many of doctors, nurses and aged care workers are immigrants? Second question, many industries already face shortage from construction to hospitals. If we cut back immigration, who will fill these jobs that Australians either can't or won't take? Third one, skilled migrants add billions of dollars in our economy as it showed in our treasury data and pays more in taxes than they claim back in services. If migration is reduced, how would you replace that? The lost contribution to Australia's growth. Fourth one and the last one. If we pushed migrants away tomorrow, who would you expect and step in to keep our hospitals open, our cafes running, and our economy growing? And please share your valuable insights. The goal here is a dialogue, not division. If you have a different take, I would love to hear it. Just keep it respectful. Let's see what answers we get. At the end, I would like to thank you to tuning in to Real Talks with Rohit Jaichand. And remember, real voices with real insights make real impact. See you in the next episode. Until then, keep it real.